Hey, excuse me. I pushed play. I haven't been talking. It's the morning. I need to clear my throat, wiggle into my seat, look at the cobweb on my wall that needs dusting off that's distracting me. Right, I can come to you now. Hi, how you doing? What day is it? It is Wednesday. I hope you are having a good week. Those of you who joined me for my tap yesterday are not feeling that great. Really shifted my energy. I'm feeling really uplifted and myself again today. So I hope it gave you something too. If you missed it, just go back to yesterday's video. You might enjoy that one. So today, I don't know what I'm going to tap on today. I'm going to talk a little bit and see what comes through. So there's the soundtrack of my household going on right now. I don't know if you can hear any of it in the background or not. So there's the company that are cutting all the hedges for around the new build house area near our house. So they're like making a right old ruckus, which is really bothering my PDAer. Oh god, my throat's really going to clear now. Excuse me on the camera. So she has got Alexa blasting out the Olivia Rodrigo album as loud as possible to drown that out. So that's all going on. My mother-in-law who we live with is doing art. She has got music playing down the other end of the house, and I'm kind of in between the two. My husband is full of cold, so he's so you can hear that, and the clanging and the banging of the kitchen, and it's just funny, and I just don't know if you can hear any of it or not. And in here I've got a ticking clock, and I'm like, oh, I don't know what the camera picks up, but I just feel like surrounded by the sounds of my home and my family in full throttle, really. And I kind of like, I enjoy that actually. I enjoy the life of that, the fact that everybody's in their zone, doing their thing, being productive. Not that my husband's not feeling well, obviously, but even in that, there's an affection for the fact that he's off work this week, so he can nurture himself a bit, and he's got his blanket, and he's, you know, just like enjoying my family in all their essence. And I suppose what's coming through thinking about a tap is how our state of mind, our receptivity is really important to how we feel about the sounds and other environmental factors, and even the things people say and do, you know, how we receive them, whether it's something that we are enjoying or whether it's irritating and stressing us out, is dependent on our state. And I'm saying that knowing that I'm talking to a group of people who, many of them, either their family or themselves, have sensory sensitivities and are going to feel overwhelmed by these kinds of things so much more easily than me. So this is not a, you know, here's normal and this is where you want to be statement. This is a, for you, with your nervous system and your sensory system and your introvert, extrovert energy and all the things that make up your balance, for you, can you notice a difference of when you're in your peace and relaxation state to when you're in your heightened, resistant, stressed, tense state, in how your environment impacts you? So if there's anything going on for you right now, either in this moment or something you're aware of that often triggers you into feeling overwhelmed, stressed, gritty, angry, you know, snarly, or like you just want to shut down, or any of those things, and we all have that tendency, don't we, at times to do that, however our brain is wired. We all have that, just some are much more sensitive to it than others, so we can all do this. So just notice if there's something now that's kind of like grinding you, or if there's something that comes to mind, that comes up, you know, frequently for you, the sound of somebody eating, or somebody playing their music, or, you know, I don't know, whatever those things are in your environment, just notice one of them and just lightly taking responsibility for yourself, for an experiment. Why not have a little tap on it now and just see if you can release some of the tension, some of the resistance in your energy system, so that even though you can't change that external factor, you can feel a little bit better. Just as simple as that. So if you're ready, you can find that thing, think of that sound, think of that thing somebody says or somebody does. It's usually a person, isn't it, that we attribute it to, you know, a blame in some way. And even if, you know, especially when we talk about our children, a lot of us have those things that make us, but we have so much compassion and understanding and empathy, and we really want to embrace who they are and how they are, and we want to hold space for how they're showing up, even if it's being very noisy or even if it's being showing their anger or whatever it is. But it doesn't mean that we're not triggered inside, because, you know, we all have that imperfect childhood experience where we have stuff that gets triggered. You know, that's just human nature, isn't it? So just notice what that is that gets triggered in you, how that feels. You know, how do you hold yourself? How do you tense? What do you think? What are the feelings that flow through you? And just find that for yourself. Think about a particular scenario, a particular person maybe. And when you're ready, you can tap with me on the side of your hand underneath your little finger here. And just say after me, even though I tense, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I flinch and restrict and I tense and I'm triggered, I love and forgive myself. Even though I tense up, I feel stressed, it really bugs me, it makes me feel bad, excuse me, I deeply and completely accept myself, even though I don't think I can do any different. And I'm telling myself I should do better, but I can't. I love and forgive myself. Good, now we've made friends with that issue. We've just said, okay, here it is, and I'm okay. I'm doing my best. Now we're going to go up to the top of the eyebrow and just tap here. And just notice what that thing is, what that person is. I just want you to put your attention on it. Imagine that trigger, imagine that scenario. And then on the side of the eye, and just the same, just imagining that situation. Is it something they're saying? Is it a tone they're talking with? Is it something they're doing? Is it, you know, a noise or an action or something someone makes in your home? Is it something a neighbour does? You know, whatever it is, think about that situation and it makes you, you know, and that's mine. So what's your reaction? I'm, you know, tensing my shoulders, clenching my fist, tightening my jaw. I'm, you know, flinching, I'm cringing, I'm tensing, I'm getting ready to fight. I'm holding in my stomach, I'm retreating, holding back. You know, what are the actions that you're taking? Good, under the nose. And just notice that trigger. Notice that trigger. And just notice as you're tapping along with me, following the points here, if you're kind of having a nice out breath, a yawn, a sigh, you know, releasing some tension in your body. And all I want you to notice in this, as you tap on the collarbone with me, is that you can think about the exact thing that was making you tense and you can choose to relax. And that's all we're doing, is just pivoting, changing our state. The same situation's happening. Maybe we don't love it still, but you can choose to relax your body, relax your mind, relax your thoughts, be present in this moment. And under the arm here, just thinking about that trigger again, just thinking about the reaction in your body, the thoughts you have, the things you make it mean, the things you make it mean about them, the things you make it mean about you. Just noticing, and on top of the head, and just noticing. That's all we're going to do today. I just want you to have a shake, to relax into your body. So all we did was make friends with the issue. We said, okay, there's this thing and I do this or I feel that, and that's okay. I completely love and accept myself. And I cannot tell you how powerful that is. I mean, it really is everything. If you're interested in the works of like Louise L. Hay and stuff like that, you know, that affirming, I love and accept myself. You think about how much as parents we want to love and accept our children unconditionally. And it's bringing that back to ourselves. You know, we have things that we see as faults, as things that are wrong, things we need to improve. And I invite you to bring it all back in with such love and compassion and just saying, I deeply and completely accept you where you are. Doesn't mean we don't change and we don't grow, but we're still okay where we are in this moment on this journey. And there's always going to be new growth and there's always going to be new stuff come up that we can choose to reject and we can tense, we can choose to love and accept. I hope you enjoyed that. Have a really good day and I will see you tomorrow. Lots of love to all of you. Bye.